What's making news this week at the University of Limpopo is that joy and ululation hover into Zero Hall as 578 graduates earn their qualifications at the spring graduation ceremonies. Health Sciences Research Day develops young academics. University of Limpopo takes part in European Association for International Education Conference. SRC induction ushers in new student leadership. Aspiring athletes explore their talents on UL grounds. Those are some of the headlines this week. Thank you for joining us. You are watching Inside UL News and I am Ntlatlana Jessica. Welcome. Parents, sponsors, and the university community have congratulated 578 graduates who earned their degrees in this year's spring graduation ceremonies. The graduates, coming from the 4 faculties, 359 undergraduate degrees, 18 postgraduate certificates, 8 postgraduate diplomas, 35 honors bachelor's degrees, 128 master's degrees, and 30 doctoral degrees. The graduates had the honor of being in the presence of the University of Limpopo's Chancellor, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, MEC Nakedi Kekana for Agriculture and Rural Development, MEC Faith Mazibuko from Gauteng Social Development, Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lusufi, and Khoshi Dikgale from Moshate Waga Dikgale. Klo Chokwe, Chairperson of Portfolio Committee for Social Development in Gauteng Legislature, who was earning his PhD as well. President of the Alumni and Convocation, Donald Selamulela, in his address, he also paid a tribute to the outgoing Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mokgalong, whose leadership turned the university into a beacon of hope and excellence.
Madam Chancellor, it is only befitting that on an occasion of this nature, and specifically on this unique day, to take a moment to honor the transformative leadership of Professor Mokgalong, our Vice-Chancellor and Principal, whose tenure of over a decade has reshaped the University of Limpopo into a beacon of academic and operational excellence. When Professor Mokgalong assumed the leadership, the university was faced with significant challenges, including a prolonged period under administration. Through his visionary stewardship, Professor Mokgalong turned this institution around, elevating it to one of South Africa's best performing universities and consistently earning unqualified audit opinions. This achievement, Madam Chancellor, reflects not only sound governance, but also a commitment to creating an environment where academic rigor thrives, ensuring that the university stands tall among its peers in the family of academia. Prof. Mokgalong's legacy is deeply rooted in his dedication to students and the wider community whom he dedicated his life to serve. He has championed initiatives that remove barriers to education, enabling countless students to register and pursue their studies despite their financial and academic hardships.
He praised Prof. Mokgalong for turning the university around through his visionary stewardship of student-centered policy. The convocation also vowed to support the incoming Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Jeffrey Mabelebele, who will officially take over in January 2026. Tsepo Mujaki has this report.
Well, thank you so much. In studio, we are coming to you just outside the Nkgopotse Hall, and today we are celebrating the achievement of students from different faculties who are celebrating their graduation in today's spring graduation ceremonies. As you can see all around, the atmosphere is electric with family and friends cheering on the graduates. Well, today's ceremony marks a culmination of hard work as well as dedication for these students. Now, to just give you a sense of what is happening here on the ground, I'm going to bring into the conversation someone who is celebrating their graduation today and to just tell us what they were graduating in and how they are feeling today. And his name is Karabo. Karabo, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations. Welcome to Inside UL News.
Oh, thank you, Tsepo. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so so much. Congratulations. Can you tell us what were you graduating in today and how are you feeling finally walking that stage?
Well, firstly, I would like to say I'm very, very happy after so long, 4 years it took me to complete this degree. So I'm graduating in Bachelor of Education, Language and Social Science, and then languages is PhD, Social Science History, and also Geography, FET and Senior Phase. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that is very nice. Can you tell me about some of the challenges that you may have experienced, if any there are, and how did you manage to overcome that? And some bit of advice to those who are coming after you and also wishing to be on this prestigious stage.
Well, firstly, I would like to say the challenges mainly were having to adjust from a high school to a university type of setting whereby you have to do with the learning curve, deal with certain things like crime, being away from home, especially in a rural university like this. So certain things like that are quite a challenge. But as you go on your journey as a student, you get to meet people, different kinds of people, different types of people. You are Indians, Tsonga, Tswana, everyone in South Africa is a student here. So I got to make friends and also feel at home as much as I can. Then also met with different types of stakeholders. We are lecturers, we are guardians at home. So yeah, I got to adjust very well actually. I got to adjust very well. I haven't met any challenges besides the financial challenges. You know, your NSFAS's funding and all sorts of things. But you get to adjust as a student. You are an adult in South Africa. Obviously, you have to adjust. Yeah.
Yeah, and also as we conclude, some bit of advice to those who are coming after you. What is it that maybe you can tell them so that one day they can also see themselves being kept today as you are?
Okay, firstly, as a student, especially if you are a boy student, you have to study, stay away from alcohol or rather any types of substance, stay away from women, focus on your books. And then for females as well, same thing, vice versa, stay away from men, stay away from groups, stay away from any types of substance that might disturb your learning curve, and also study.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Seppo.
Well, there you have it. He said one should just make sure that they study. That was Karabo, someone who's also celebrating their graduation. And what I can just tell you is that the presence of family and friends is also evident here today. And I'm going to also bring into the conversation one parent who is also having their child graduating today and is just going to get into the shot. Mama, thank you so much for joining us. Ke lebogela nako ya gago. Nke le re tlhalosetseng gore lena le ikwa bjang ge le bona bana ba le dialoga le gono le ikwa bjang ge le bona ngwana lena graduate.
As a parent re thabile kudu ebile rata o leboga modimo a kgone o re fitlisha mo, because it has been a very long and a hard journey for him and for us as well. You know, black people with financial problems, but we also thank the university because they have also been assisting financially. So we are very, very excited.
Ina pile ke thego ya mohuta mang e leng gore mohlomong le ka tlhotlheletsa batswadi ba bang ko gae gore le bona ba ife bana ba bona ka gore re kusha gore ge ngwana na le thego ko gae le ena o ka shuma ga botse le ka rata gore go batswadi mohlomong la no re tlhalosetsa le thego e leng gore le be le ifa bana ba
go batswadi ka mokarere go botlhokwa gore o supporte bana ba gagwe ba le mo sekolong, and support it doesn't only mean gore go ba fa tšhelete. Support ye nngwe gape ke go fela ba botsisa gore e ka ba le gore dilo di sa le okay mo go wena na. For nako ya matsatsi a go botlhokwa kudu go tlhokomela mental state sa moswa o mongwe le o mongwe, because go na le di mental problems tse dintsi, di depression, stress. So as long as o le available for ngwana wa gago ke support ye enough.
Yeah, ke tšea sebaka se ke go leboga mama. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was one of the parents who is also having their child graduating today. This means that the support of family and friends at home is also important, as this it makes sure that they do well in their studies. I'm also going to bring into the conversation one graduate who's also going to tell us what they were graduating in today and how do they feel. Sir, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Inside Your News. Kindly tell us what were you graduating in today and how do you feel? Finally, this day has arrived.
My name is Anil Campbell Mangachi. I graduated in BCom Business Management and I feel very delighted, and the future is very bright and I dream very big, so there's no problem in that.
Are there any challenges that you may have experienced maybe throughout your academic journey, and tell us how did you perhaps manage to overcome them and some bit of advice to those who are coming after you?
Well, Well, I experienced a lot of maybe to adapt to the academic structure, but after the first year it was floating good, and after the second year you adapted, and you, especially the culture. I learned to adapt to the culture, and it was the experience was ecstatic. It was nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is very interesting that you are one step from your future. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Well, that was someone who is also celebrating their graduating, basically stating that some of the challenges that they are experiencing is transitioning from the high school to these institutions of higher education. And well, this is where I pack it. My name is Tepo Mujaki, reporting for Inside UN News.
Thank you, Tepo, for that insightful report. Now, let's take a quick break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You are still watching Inside UL News. Moving on to news stories. The Faculty of Health Sciences recently hosted its annual Research Day under the theme Advancing Universal Health Coverage and Promoting the Well-Being of All Individuals. The event was honored by the presence of esteemed guests including Dr. Honors Mkari, Professor Mwegezi, and Professor Chantal Baker, who each addressed critical issues affecting the health sector. The day featured a range of insightful paper presentations, including contributions from students who used the platform to showcase their research ideas. These presentations received valuable feedback and constructive critiques aimed at refining and strengthening their work. The event concluded with an evening award ceremony where outstanding contributions were recognized. Top accolades were awarded for Best Research Paper and Best Poster Presentation, celebrating excellence and innovation in health research. Continuing its commitment to internationalization, the University of Limpopo participated in the European Association for International Education Conference. The university was represented by faculty internationalization representatives and members of the Office of International Affairs. The exhibition created valuable opportunities for strategic partnerships with the university's delegation, focusing on institutions participating in the Erasmus Plus K171 program. This program supports students and staff mobility, particularly for postgraduate students. Professor Nongeba Mbambo Gekana, Director for Office of International Affairs, highlighted that the university's involvement aligns with Goal 5 of its strategic plan. She further noted that the team used the platform to identify potential partners for collaborative research, collaborative online international learning projects, and to support the upcoming Faculty of Management and Law Conference and Leadership Summit. Still on the international news, the Office of International Affairs hosted the University of Unisave from Mozambique for their 3-day visit. Through a memorandum of understanding, the two universities agreed to collaborate on student and staff exchange, co-supervision, research, technology, and as well as innovation. The delegation also visited some facilities and learned how the university operates from ICT, library, student enrollment, among others. Magugu Pokwane has more on this.
Thank you, in studio. We are reporting live from the International Affairs Office right here at the University of Limpopo. Recently, we just had visitors from Unisave, and to get more insight on that, I am going to be joined by the Director of International Affairs, Professor Mbambo Gekana. So what is the importance of collaborating with other universities around Africa and within the country?
The importance is that the Africa Agenda 2063 compels us to work together, that we find solutions for problems that are common amongst each other, and in higher education for the different universities to support one another so that we can develop ourselves into world-class universities.
kindly share with us the collaboration areas and activities that were conducted during the 3 days that UNISAVE was with us?
UNISAVE University came here primarily for benchmarking and also to learn more on the activities that they want to do. For instance, for the first time, they are starting a doctoral program in education. So they came here, they had a discussion with the School of Education to assist them in putting together that program. They also went to see one of the research professors to explain to them about how you manage postgraduate administration. They also wanted to know about student administration in general. So they also had a meeting with one of the assistant registrars to explain how administration of students, like registration and things like that, are done. That is the one thing. Secondly, we also wrote a joint funding proposal for a research in agriculture. So the School of Agriculture and the visitors met to talk about that project. But the funding proposal has already been submitted to a China agency for funding so that they can do that research together.
In closing, in all of these things that were happening during the week, how is the University of Limpopo going to benefit?
The university will benefit because when you teach, you learn more. So when we share with them, we are able to also learn more about ourselves, because when we are assisting them, we can also acknowledge the gaps that we have, which means then we go back to develop that. Also that we have partners in another country, it helps the university and it helps us to improve the brand of the university in the African continent.
Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.
It's a pleasure.
Well, there you have it, viewers. That was Professor Mbambo Tekana, who was telling us more insight about the visit of the UNISAVE. Kalina ke Makubuwa Pokwani, back to you in studio.
Thank you, Makubu, for such a wonderful report. In other international developments, a PhD candidate in agronomy, Phuti Mokoena, has recently returned from a summer school in Russia. The young farm entrepreneur was part of the 3 only South African PhD candidates who were part of the excursion. The program qualified the participants based on their academic excellence, exceptional qualities of services, and as well as leadership skills. The summer school aimed to introduce 25 participants from different BRICS countries to explore academic invasions, excursion activities, culture, tradition, and history of 7 different regions of Russia. Earlier on, we had an interaction with Phuti Mokoena, who talked to us about her trip. Let's take a quick look.
For me, it was more of a lifetime opportunity offered. And I must say that we visited 4 cities in Russia, whereby it offered me a very powerful platform to learn more about the knowledge, the climate change, and then also the lecturers that we were having. It was more about sustainable development goals, whereby we unpacked all those goals. And furthermore, we also learned about the oil and the gas. As we all know that Ximen is one of the most leading city in oil and also in gas, and also went to aerospace sector as well as the energy industry, I must say. So for me, it was more of a lifetime experience, because I learned to really collaborate and do more of networking with other BRICS countries, especially people from China, Russia, India, and also we published an article together that it's already on the internet. And my advice to students is that they must really familiarize themselves with the International Affairs Office, which is at admin 2nd floor. And they must also stay alert on such kind of international opportunities, because the BRICS Summer School Institute, it takes place every year. It's an annual thing. And when they have applied, they have maybe been selected, they must be open-minded when they are participating in this kind of opportunities, to be able to learn more knowledge and also to engage with other students from different countries of the world. Thank you.
Moving on to other news, University management has warmly welcomed the newly elected Student Representative Council following the recent SRC elections. The incoming members were invited to an induction session where university leadership engaged them on key topics including university policies, strategic goals, the university statute, student governance, and matters related to proposed new programs, research, community engagement, as well as teaching and learning. University Vice-Chancellor and Principal Professor Mahlo Mokgalong, alongside Vice-Chancellor-designate Dr. Jeffrey Mabelebele, officially welcomed the new SRC cohort. Let's take another quick ad break. We will be right back with your sports update. Thank you for staying tuned. Let us now move to your sports news with Tabi Singh. Tabi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Looking at our sports this week, the University of Limpopo athletics team hosted a recruitment drive over the weekend, inviting members of the university community and surrounding areas to participate and discover their talents on the track. Among the successful recruits in the World Champion Comrades Marathon, Rana Anamabonya, others include Pulusho Paladi, Nkateko Dladla, and Ananias Masila, amongst others, who came from nearby communities. This initiative aimed to nurture and develop new generation of talented athletes. Let's take a look.
Good day, Coach Tower here of UL Athletics. I'm the coach of the sprint. So today we had an event, as you saw. We're advertising that we're inviting all the sporting coaches to come and participate, get to feel how it feels to be an athlete. And we are very thankful for those that made it and came and supported us. We train every day, we invite athletes. The main idea of this event was to recruit new athletes, have those new athletes come in, new students to help join the team, to help grow the team, and also to help motivate the athletes that are training already. So I'd like to say everyone is welcome. We take from ages of 7 until the masters. We train all, we don't turn away anyone. So yeah, I'd like to thank you all, the committee, the management and all. And yes, thank you so much. Until again next time.
That's all we have for our sports news this week. Back to you, Jessica.
That was Tabi with our sports updates, and that wraps up our news bulletins for this week here on Inside UL News. We appreciate you for tuning in, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more updates. Join us again next week. From me, Ntatlana Jessica, same time, same place. Goodbye.